Hi all, my name is Joseph Adams. I'm with the EFTT team, and today I'm going to be going over the moving average signal and how it works inside of our Big Daddy rubber band trader. So to start, we need to figure out how moving averages works. What moving averages does is that at the end of a day or a trading period, there's going to be a closing price, and what moving average does is that it collects a certain amount of samples that you specify. It calls them periods. So it'll collect a certain amount of samples, and it'll take the average of that and then plot it onto the graph. Now it's called a moving average because the next time the chart ticks, it'll take the oldest value, throw it away, and then recalculate with the new value that it just picked up. Now, I have my value set for 12 because that's currently what it's on inside of our BigDaddyExpert. But as you'll see, there's another indicator that also uses the moving average, SJY. And that SJY's period is set to 50. What that means is that it's much less susceptible to shocks, such as the sudden jump in a negative price, and also these random peaks that occur midway. But what it also means is that it's a little bit slower to detect when it's in a strong change. So there's always a little bit of a lag period. So regarding trends, we need to figure out when trends actually change. The way moving averages determines when a trend changes is when it computes a value and the average line crosses over the price chart. So as you can see right here, we were in a bit of a downtrend, but it crossed over right here, so then it predicted that, oh, we're going into an uptrend now. And as such, it started buying more often. And then you see it again here where it got to the peak kind of more or less leveled out. And then when the average crossed, it determined we're going to start losing money instead. So it started selling, and as a result, it predicted the downtrend that happened coming up. And then over here again, it said, "Oh, wait a minute, this trend's over, so now we need to start buying," and it made it a little later. Now, we need to figure out when moving averages actually makes orders. More or less, it does it very frequently when a trend changes, but it's not a set in stone rule. As you see over here, there's a couple times it makes a few sporadic changes whenever a trend sticks, but more often than not, it doesn't really. It tries to avoid these and tends to focus more on the actual to trades as soon as a trend changes. When we look at the code, we can see it right here, where the long condition is the function that more or less kind of predicts that yes, the trend will stick, so we should make a buy order if we're in a bullish trend so far, or sell if we're in a bearish trend right now. And then the short condition is what determines if it should buy as soon as the trend changes. Now, for the results that I ran, we made a general profit of $329. So I'm going to go ahead and run the BigDaddyExpert. And we can go ahead and see what it computes now using my moving average as well as the SJY moving average. So now that it ran, right to the period we were on. Okay. So now this flatter line is the SJY moving indicator, and as you can see that it was a little bit slow to realize that this trend was increasing, but whenever these shocks occurred, it more or less ignored them. Whereas I believe this one over here, it did predict a general uptrend movement, but it wasn't really affected by the peaks as much. It just predicted that there was going to be an increase, and as such, it was making a few purchases here and there. And also, there's still the same trend changes. And then with that, we're going to go ahead and see what the actual results of the combined version indicator was. And you can see we have $738. That's an 124% increase from running just moving averages alone. And with that, that is the conclusion of how moving averages works inside of a rubber band trader. I'm going to put more videos in the description if you want to see how moving averages works just standalone. With that, thank you for watching our video.